Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it is time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. And I'm just checking in on you. Just checking in to see how you're doing during this crazy week. Oh, my God, can you believe what happened? I got to be honest with you. As much as people are always saying, like, oh, my God, what has happened to the world? I can't believe, can you believe, this is crazy. Did you watch that today? Isn't that crazy? Can you believe how crazy that was? I'm afraid to look out my window, right? This is like when they just watched the Weather Channel and they said that something's been upgraded to a tropical storm. Forget about the shit show that happened yesterday. And I have to be honest with you, as much as I downplay shit, I can't even pretend here. What I saw yesterday, I don't even have words for. Those uniforms that the Miami Heat wore against the Boston Celtics, I have to tell you, I thought that the tube went out on my TV. Like, I'm old enough to remember when the tube went out, like that's what the fucking picture looked like. I thought I was losing my eyesight. I mean, I'm not trying to divide the country here. I love the Miami Vice, Miami Heat logo at the center court. I thought that was cool as shit. I love Miami. I love that city and all of that shit. But they went too far. Something needed to give, okay? If you're going to do the Miami Heat, Miami Vice thing, okay? And this isn't a liberal or a fucking conservative point here. I'm trying to be like right down the middle here, okay? If you're going to do that and you're going to do the baseline floor, you got to go more muted colors for the team. But when the center court logo and all around the fucking the painted area into the out of bounds, and then you have the uniforms match, it was that was a lot to look at. And I have to say that as an American during a pandemic, I can't believe how tone deaf the Miami Heat organization is to have them come out in those uniforms that I just think fly in the face, okay, of everybody who's ever fought for this country and eventually played in the NBA. And, you know, if I was the president of the Miami Heat right now, I would be calling everybody in my publicist wing trying to get some sort of apology, because I feel as a basketball fan watching that NBA game, I feel like I'm owed an apology because I was triggered. Okay. Oh, and by the way, some jerk-offs broke into the, what is it called? The Capitol building? What I was waiting for was for CNN or Fox News or the Huffington Post or any one of these fucking jerk-off, phony fucking journalists nowadays people to accept some of their level of responsibility in fanning the flames that led to that. And I just want to say once and for all, if you watch CNN or if you watch Fox News to get your news, you are a fucking jerk off. All right? You're not watching the news. Okay? Even when I was a kid, you really weren't watching the news. You were watching a version of whatever they had censored. Who the fuck knows what's going on? But the level that they are taking it to now, and how much CNN, Fox News, Huffington Post, all of these fucking people have divided the country. Okay? And then all you mouth-breathing morons who go on social media and talk about politics and shit, you are adding fuel to the fire that leads to this bullshit. And if you're on the left and you watched what happened yesterday and you think that that's what somebody on the right is like, that is an example of the average person on the right, you're a fucking moron. The same way if you're on the right and you look at the left and you see these fucking idiots, some of these loudmouth Hollywood idiots out here, and some of the shit that comes out of their mouth, that's what the average liberal thinks, you're also a fucking moron. But that's how the world is. Now, I haven't said that. Let's just have some fun with this here. I only saw a couple of clips because I had a Celtics game to watch. And I realized that 99.9% of my fellow Americans weren't at the Capitol building yesterday. So I have no problems with liberals. I have no problems with conservatives. I know sometimes people don't agree. But I don't look at that yesterday like those are, those. Did you see the guy who clearly went to an Army-Navy surplus store and bought himself a G.I. Joe costume and he kept his civilian backpack, looking like a fat G.I. Joe going in there with his dumbass helmet? And then you got to give it up to the fucking guy there with the Buffalo Sabre fan there, or the Buffalo Bill fan with the big horns. I mean, that guy's immediately a legend. And I feel like he branded himself for the rest of his life. He gets to be like, I'm the guy who sat where Tip O'Neill used to nod off, and Nancy Pelosi, and who I don't know anybody else who's been Speaker of the fucking House. He sat right there. And I just feel like for the rest of his life, he can go to swap meets and sign autographs, $5 a whack, and he's going to be good. And the way the bankers have this thing run, I'm happy for that guy. Good for him. Other than that, I didn't watch a fucking second of it. And, I got my conservative friends right now. No, the footage didn't add up. There was Antifa there. The fucking idiots who follow politics. I swear to God, they're just like. I just texted them. I go, you guys are like sports fans. You know what I mean? Where everybody just like you see all the fouls the other team's doing, but you don't see the one that you're doing. It's just fucking. I can't talk to people like that. I really can't. You know what I mean? It's like the same fucking assholes who worship Obama and act like he didn't fucking sit there drone bombing playgrounds and weddings. I mean, the guy is a war criminal. The same way George W. was. They're all fucking war criminals working for bankers and oil companies. That's what the fuck they're doing. All right? They're the same people that are holding Obama's feet to the fire, won't hold Bush's feet to the fire, and vice versa. And then that stupid phone conversation comes out, and all Trump people are like, well, there's context. We gotta hear the whole conversation. And then people in the liberal are like, oh my God, how come you don't fucking arrest this guy? And literally, Obama could have been on the phone saying the exact same fucking thing, and these fucking idiots would flip. And I can't deal with it anymore. So what I do is I just lose myself in old movies, and I still watch sports and that type of thing. So the latest thing, somebody told me to watch. What the fuck is it? What the hell was it called? It was another one of these art dealer movies. This thing, you got to see it. It's kind of sad. What's really sad is I can't find the fucking email. Not the email, the text message. I just had it. Where are you? I give up. With these goddamn fucking phones. Are you guys afraid to erase text threads with people? It's almost like you need evidence in case they fucking go nuts. Later on, try and claim something. Okay, I watched this thing called The Price of Everything. And it had to do with the whole art world and how they come up with the prices of things. And there's this one woman who's in it that you just have to see because she's sort of on the business side of it. And she talks so passionately about these fucking paintings. And it takes about a third of the movie in before you realize, she's not talking about the painting. She's talking about what it's worth. Because if you really listen to her talking about the paintings, it's so fucking surface and just sort of just saying what she's heard other people say. My favorite thing that she says, she goes, look at this here. This is just a masterpiece. And it was like a little dachshund dog. Looked like it was running the way they'd drawn it. She goes, look at that dog. That's the way it's moving. That's like a masterpiece. And I love dogs. I have a dog. That's what she said about it. And it's just you don't know shit about that painting. You don't know why it's good or why it isn't good. You just know people fucking like it and it's worth a lot of money. So you're saying it is a fucking masterpiece. But the second people walk away from it and they're not into that artist anymore, you're going to walk away too. That's kind of what I learned. It was like, I always thought that the music business was the most fucking brutal. And then just looking at the art world, it's now seeming like, it's even worse. Where I feel like even like in the music world, there are bands that are so legit that they can stay around. And then you have other like people that go the pop star / boy band route, where I feel like painters all have to deal with the boy band thing. Like I saw in this, one of the documentaries, like Jean-Michel Basquiat, however the fuck you say his name, and Andy Warhol got together and made paintings together. And then they had a showing, and they got completely trashed by the critics. They said they're both washed up, and I guess they're both trying to cling to each other now. That's what they said, and they didn't sell any paintings. And then in the next year, Andy died, and the year after that, Jean-Michel died. And now those paintings that everybody says were shit are now worth like $100 million. So, what the fuck? The fuck do you do with that? What in the fuck do you do with that? And they have to exist in that goddamn world. So I don't know. If you're into that type of shit, I will tell you something hilarious. So this person I know that's really into art and stuff like that, which I've never been into. I just never been into it. But I started watching this stuff, and it kind of made me like curious about it. So this person tells me, says, here in L.A., they have a museum that has the biggest collection of Jean-Michel Basquiat paintings. And the name of the fucking museum is called the Broad, but it's spelled Broad. So I said to my wife, I was like, they got, when this fucking pandemic, if it ever ends, we should go over, they got the greatest collection in the country of Jean-Michel paintings down the street at the Broad. I called it the Broad because that's how it was written. I thought it meant like broad, I was like, wow, that's kind of weird that you'd call a museum the Broad, But then I thought, well, maybe it means like they have a broad variety of artists. And my wife laughed at me for like fucking 10 minutes going, it's not the Broad, you fucking meathead, it's the Broad. So that just becomes another running joke in our relationship. So someday, I'm going to take her out to lunch, and bring her over to the Broad. And I'll look at a bunch of paintings that I don't understand. But what I do understand is I understand the way those painters are treated. I get that. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is still show business. This is a little hardcore version of this. It's the same old fucking shit. It's really fascinating, though. So, anyway, plowing ahead, my daughter started school this week, and that was an amazing thing. And it was kind of funny. Both me and my wife had different levels of anxiety about it. Like, when we dropped her off at school, she didn't cry. Like, some kids were having, like, meltdowns, I guess, or whatever. And my daughter was totally cool. We were like, all right, see you later, buddy. And she goes in there. And as we drive away, my wife got emotional and everything. I was like, she's going to be fine, And, it's a sad thing because it's the beginning of her going out into the world. Those first 4 years of your kid's life, it's weird. I think when you're on your exhausted days going, oh, God, someday they're going to go to school, so at least I'll get a couple-hour break here. But, you don't want it to end because they're your little buddy. And when they go to school, then it just kind of like, oh, man, now this is like, her world has expanded like tenfold. Like her whole universe was hanging here at the house with us. So, my wife got like emotional and stuff like that, right? So, we're going to go pick her up. And it was really a big deal for me that we were there before the kids got let out. And I wanted her to, I didn't want her waiting and all the other kids seeing their parents. I wanted her, to see that we were there too. So my wife agrees. And then she goes, hey, I got to get some stuff at the grocery store. Why don't we leave a little bit earlier and knock it out? And I said, fine, just as long as we're there at the top of the hour, right? When we're supposed to pick her up. She goes, fine. So she goes in the grocery store. She goes, and she texts me going, shit, there's a really long line here. Maybe I should do this tomorrow. And I'm like, well, maybe you should. And then I don't hear from her. So she stays in there. And it's like, whatever, 135, 140, 145, right? And it starts getting, and I'm texting like, hello? And she's like, sorry, I'm almost done. And then at like 152, she's like standing in line. And we're right around the corner. But now I'm sitting there in the car. And I feel like, we're doing a bank robbery. And we synchronized our watches, and she was supposed to be out. They've hit the alarm. The cops are coming. What the fuck is going on, right? So she's fucking taking forever. And finally, at like 1:58, she's like, drive around. Now I have to drive around because she's cut it this fucking close. And at this point, like, I lose my temper. So I'm driving around. And I see her come walking out, and now I'm in the line to get back into the fucking grocery store. So I'm beeping the horn. The guy in front of me thinks I'm beeping at him, and I'm beeping my wife, and she's not fucking looking back. I beep like 6 times. Then I say, fuck it, and I drive around the line. Now everybody in the line thinks I'm this impatient douche telling people to go, and I don't wait my turn. I got to pull up next to her. Emotions are heightened. It's 1:59, right? She gets in the car, and I was just like, Nia, what the fuck? I thought we were going to fucking blah, 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 and I flipped out. So then we get to the school, and now we're in a fight. And we get out, we're standing in line, and we're like in a fight, and my wife gives me a dirty look, of course, because I yelled at her. And then I'm thinking in my head, like, oh, this is me? This one's on me? You're the one who added the fucking thing, right? And I was just like, all right. Do I want to be the couple that's arguing on the first day of school? I don't. So I did something I never do. I just walked away, and I sat in the fucking car, and I breathed a little bit, and I was like, all right. Okay. And when we got there, they just let the kids out like one at a time. So they make sure that everybody goes home with the right parent. So, in my wife's mind, we weren't late because that's how they were doing it. But in my mind, it's like, no, we are late. Because instead of being second, third in line. Now we're like 10th in line. So then, if you do that every fucking day, I would think your kid's in there like, how come my parents always pick me up last? I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I'm thinking all of this shit. So whatever. She cried at the beginning of the day. I flipped out at the grocery store. So, I was like, all right, I don't want to be in the car. So I get out of the car. I just stand there and I just said, listen, I'm sorry I yelled. I still like you. All right. I like you a lot, even though you're a jerk. So she kind of fucking smiled. And I was like, all right, so she's still pissed, whatever. But we were in a good enough place. Our kid comes out. She's all excited. She had a great time. Thank God. So we get in the fucking car and we're driving home. She tells me she likes all the kids in class. Everything's great. So it was fucking perfect, right? And then we get home. For the rest of the day, my wife's sort of like fucking pissed at me. And then the greatest thing, we actually talked about it at night. Ironed the whole fucking thing out. She said why she did what she did. She apologized. I said why I did what I did. I apologized. I went back to therapy. I was doing that anyways. I talked about it today. And then I talked to her about it again today. And we're back to being in a great place. And that is not what I witnessed while I was growing up. So I'm just telling you guys a story because I know I'm not, out alone when being an angry fucking lunatic. And what I should have done is I should have just been like, I should have remained calm and then just stated like, you told me that you were going to be out by such and such time, and now you're not, and now this is making me feel like a bad parent. Now, who's kidding who? Even if I did that, she still wouldn't admit it to any wrongdoing because she is a woman. Okay, sorry, my misogyny is going to come up a little bit here. But at least I would have given me firmer ground to stand on. But whatever, I'm kind of glad I flipped out because it's something that I want to stop doing. So I've decided that I'm just going to write down on a piece of paper and fold it in half, just a little book I can read to start my day. It's going to be like, how do you want your day to be? Do you want to get in a fight with you? You want to yell at your wife, get into a fight? You know, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Or do you want to do this? These are your options. And it's the weirdest fucking thing because I always have those thoughts. And what I kind of realized when you go to therapy, you can have all these fucking thoughts and they're just sort of not real until you say it. And then once you say it, you're like, oh shit. I've said that out loud. I don't know. It's weird. It's how my brain works. So if I fucking write this shit down, you know, maybe I can, I don't know, not be such a fucking idiot, I guess. I don't know. But at the end of the day, you know something? The bar is set really low. And I want to commend all of you who are listening to this. If you're on the right, if you're on the left, gay, you're straight, whatever the fuck you do, if you like to bang an animal here or there without anybody knowing, right? I just figure as long as you didn't break into the Capitol building with a buffalo horn on your head, I think you had a good day. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about at this point, but the Celtics won 3 in a row. Woo! And my buddy Paul Verzi, is there anything better? We're going to be starting this sports podcast, joking around and shit, later on this month. His New York Knicks won 3 in a row. 3 in a fucking row. It's going to be a great podcast. A Boston guy, well, suburbs of Boston, and a New York guy. So we got all the sports shit and all of that. And I lean a little bit left. He leans a little right. It's fucking great. It's perfect. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, you know, these podcasts I do, like the one I do with Bert Kreischer, and now it's going to do one with Paul Verzi, are just becoming my way of hanging out with my stand-up friends that I miss, to be honest with you. All right. Here we go. Oh, Jesus Christ. Listen to this shit. This is a new advertiser. This is amazing, and I have to do this, even though it's slightly disgusting. Okay, I think it's called Wyomi. It's these fucking companies. They always have these fucking goddamn names. I can never figure. Viome. Wyomi. 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 Viome. Viome helps you take control of your health so you can improve your energy, gut health, and boost your immune system. I mean, how perfect is this right now? Listen to this shit. Wyomi's award-winning at-home tests decode your cellular, what the fuck word is that? Oh my God, mitochondrial? I think I remember that from biology class way back in the day. And I never took biology class. The fuck am I? I did junior high. That was like biology light. In microbiome health, giving you powerful insight with over 30 health scores. Wyomi gives you a precise whole food nutrition plan and precision supplements based on your unique biological needs. Yeah, because you know that dumb shit where you see on, you got to stop eating bananas. And that other idiot going, you can run 3 miles a day on a fucking treadmill 7 days a week. You ain't going to lose any weight. That doesn't work. That's never worked. The fuck are you talking about? I'm almost going to run a marathon every week and I'm not going to lose weight? The fuck I'm not. I'm totally am, unless I get off and eat a fucking whole box of Oreo cookies. Sorry. Wyomi partners include the Mayo Clinic, GSK, and others, and is used by Olympic gold medalists and elite professional athletes. Yeah, I heard like the Golden State Warriors do this. Go to Wyomi.com and learn how you can get your unique insights for better health and wellness. Now, here's the good thing. You don't have to give them your real name. Okay, but the weird thing is I believe you have to shit into an envelope and mail it to them. Something like that. Okay, but if Steph Curry can shit into a fucking envelope, so can you. Use the promo code Burr at checkout to save $10 on your first purchase and 55% off all subscription products. That's Wyomi.com, promo code Burr, Viome.com, promo code Burr. I'm going to do this with my wife. I believe this is the company. They look at a stool sample. Jesus Christ. I mean, how do you send shit through the mail and you're not on the FBI's fucking... I mean, that sounds like you're going to be... Isn't that like a terrorist act post 9/11? You do this and then they figure out your body, like DNA, like makeup or whatever, and then like what foods you should be eating versus somebody else. And it just seems like a way to keep your joints from getting inflamed by eating the wrong stuff or having, me with my cunt belly here, I'm trying to get rid of. It just seems like it's perfect. And there might be something that you were eating. Like my buddy who did this was telling me, he's like, I used to always eat rice with fish because they always saw that that's what you're supposed to have. And it turns out I shouldn't be having that. I should actually be having a potato. And I always heard potatoes are bad. They do shit like that. And you can figure it out. Okay? And this is why these guys are great. Because if you know what the fuck you're supposed to eat, that is 90% of the battle for living longer, living healthy, and keeping your weight off. And then you don't have to buy some stupid mirror on the fucking wall gym thing. Do you ever wonder why they just keep coming up with new workouts? And they keep coming out with new fucking... The Peloton. Oh, let me go ride the Tour de France every month. And you still see all these fat fucks walking around. It's because those things are only 10% of staying in shape. The other 90 is eating. All right? And these fucking guys are going to help you out. Wyomi.com, promo code Burr. Shit in an envelope and get abs tomorrow. Shit in an envelope today, get abs tomorrow. There we go. All right, Helix, everybody. I know some of you are sleeping on saggy old mattresses at night. You deserve better than that. So give yourself an upgrade. Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just 2 minutes to complete and matches your body type and sleep preference to the perfect mattress for you. And you know what you do with your old mattress? You take it down to Skid Row and give it to a bum. Not a bum, a homeless guy. Sorry, it's old school name. Why? Give it down there to one of them fucking winos. Why would you buy a mattress made for someone else? With Helix, you're getting a mattress that you know will be perfect for the way you sleep. Everybody's unique, and Helix knows that. That doesn't mean you're interesting, all right? That just means your shoulders are a little weirder than mine. So they have several different mattresses, models to choose from. They have soft, medium, and firm. Notice how they didn't say hard. Mattresses great for cooling you down if you sleep hot. And Jesus Christ, would you kill a hooker? Fucking sleeping hot. Even if a Helix Plus mattress, they even have it for plus-size folks. Look at that. You shit in an envelope, and then you can get a smaller fucking mattress. It's been awesome getting messages from so many of you who also find the Helix mattress of your dreams. So if you're looking for a mattress, you take the quiz. You order the mattress that you match to, and the mattress comes right to your door. It's shipped for free. You don't even need to go to a mattress store ever again. Helix is awesome, but you don't need to take my word for it. Helix was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2020. And by GQ and Wired magazine. Just go to helixsleep.com/Burr, take the 2-minute quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out 100 nights for risk-free. They'll even pick it up if you don't love it. Gross! But you will. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/Burr. That's awesome. I'll tell you, when you get married, like in baseball and all these things, they have like a salary cap. They need to have like a throw pillow cap for women. The amount that they can fucking throw on a goddamn couch. What is it? Why do they love the pillows? I don't know. Why do they love it? I don't know. Why do we love seeing dogs playing poker? Why do we love seeing that? I don't know. I guess we're all weird. All right, Roman. Please use one of the intros below, or we encourage you to ad-lib based on your experience with Roman. Items highlighted in yellow are mandatory to read verbatim. Okay, great. Now that we're all in this, see, there's full disclosure on this podcast. All right. I'm going to read number 1. I'm going to go with number 1. It can be awkward or embarrassing to talk about erectile. Fuck that. Okay, if your dick doesn't work, you look that doctor in the eye. You talk about your wet noodle. I'm reading number 2. How often do you use the excuse like, I had a long day at work or I'm just not feeling it? I've used that. It's easy to talk about erectile dysfunction. Is I'm too tired to fuck the same thing as erectile dysfunction? Or if you're saying you're tired but you're not, that's erectile dysfunction. Anyway, but Roman makes it easy to discuss and treat ED. With Roman, you can get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for erectile dysfunction, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. A healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan. If medication is appropriate, Roman will ship you real medicine with free 2-day shipping. The whole process is straightforward, simple, and discreet. So it doesn't say, here's your ED medicine on the outside of the box, if you're wondering. Getting started is simple. Just go to GetRoman, ROMAN.com/Burr, and complete an online visit. Erectile dysfunction used to be tough to talk about, but now there's Roman. Complete an online visit to connect with the doctor and take care of it. Isn't it ridiculous in 2021? You can't just say, listen, man, my dick isn't working. There's something wrong with it. The blood's not going into it. What do you got for me here? All right? I'm a man. I want to fuck. Can you help me out, doc? Just go to GetRoman.com/Burr to get $15 off your first order of ED treatment, erectile dysfunction, and a free online visit and free 2-day shipping. That's GetRoman.com/Burr for $15 off your first order of erectile dysfunction treatment. GetRoman.com/Burr today. All right. Doc, you got to help me. What seems to be a problem? You know, my dick looks like a fat guy in an airplane nodding off in coach. Except it doesn't keep popping its head up, waking up. It just sort of keels over. It looks like it's getting in crash position. It's putting its head between its knees, and the knees meaning my balls. Can you fucking do something about this, please? You smock-wearing cunt. You could say something like that. Add a little color to it. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, that's it. Okay, this is Bill Burr. I respect you if you're conservative. I respect you if you're fucking liberal. I respect whatever the fuck it is you're doing. All right? That's it. Okay? Everybody, let's fucking calm down. All right? If you're not a doctor, don't say doctor shit. Listen to doctors. Can we do that in 2021? Stop acting like you're a doctor because you have a laptop. Can we fucking do that? Stop acting like you're in the CIA because you went to a couple of websites online. I mean, I've been guilty of all of this shit, but I just figured I'd give you a lecture. Everybody else likes to pontificate. Why can't I? All right, and if elected. All right, please enjoy the music picked out by the wonderful Andrew Themelis. And I will be... what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be watching the playoffs this weekend. Oh, you got the, what do we got? We got the Titans and the Ravens. The Titans versus the Ravens. 200,000-yard running back. Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill. Versus Lamar Johnson. And whoever else plays on the fucking Ravens. I don't know anybody's name anymore. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to watch the games probably later than that they're on because I probably have some dad shit to do this weekend, which I'm really getting into in a pandemic kind of way. Because I was doing this great thing where we were going to mom and pop restaurants. Those are my favorite places to take the family out to dinner. All right? I don't want to go out to some dumbass Applebee's. I want to be at some place that, we've been here for 40 fucking years making these goddamn sandwiches. You go there and there's like family working behind the counter. I love those places. So it sucks that you can't go out to them now because 1 in 5, baby, 5 in 1. People have COVID out here in L.A. because they just fucking categorically fucking refuse. You know why? Because too many of them were fucking pussies over the fucking holidays. I gotta see my fucking nana. Right? And then they had to go breathe all over her. Now she's gone. God bless these doctors. God bless these doctors. You know what? We're such fucking dopes, regular people. You know what they should do when they finally get this vaccine for everybody? They should put us on, like, remember back in the day when you had that little gun at the carnival and you had to shoot those ducks going? That's what they should do. But people didn't wear fucking masks. They should just fucking shoot it right into their goddamn neck. For the rest of us. All right, that's it. Go fuck yourselves. Have a great weekend, and I'll check in on you. No. And I'll talk to you on Monday. Okay? That's it. Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday, January 7th, 2013, the first Monday of a wonderful new year. We're in our teens, everybody, in this century. Has anybody said basically what this decade is called, by the way? Is this the teens? I guess you can officially say that, right? I mean, they say that about the 1900s, right? They say that, well, it was the Roaring '20s. They always blow off the first two, the aughts, the teens, the 30s, the 40s. I don't fucking know. Anyways, you're not going to believe this shit. I'm sitting here, right? Wake up. I don't have anything to talk about today. So I was like, I know what I'll do. I'll go check out the fucking eggheads over at TED.com, see what the fuck they're up to. And what do I see? This is why we're going to be extinct quicker than global warming or quicker than anything else you could ever come up with. One of the things right on the front page is this guy, Hayden Perry. And you know what he's talking about, everybody? He's talking about re-engineering mosquitoes to fight disease. How can these people be so smart and so fucking stupid all at the same time? Do you really think that you're just going to re-engineer? Like, I don't know what they're going to do. Like, take the old engine out and put something better in there that works for us? The guy starts it off, of course, as always, with, something really ominous. He's like, and forgive my awful, whatever, British accent here, but he comes out and he's just like, today we're going to talk about the most dangerous animal on the planet for humans. Now, most of you probably think that that's a tiger. Maybe it's a lion. I'm actually talking about the mosquito. The mosquito has killed more people than plagues, war, AIDS. And he goes on this whole fucking thing. Okay? And he's going on and on about how mosquitoes have killed a bunch of fucking people, throughout the course of history. Which, if you fucking think about it, is really not that mind-blowing. Plagues come and go. Wars begin and end. But mosquitoes, they never quit. Every fucking day, they're biting people. You know what I mean? They're like that dude that always goes to the gym. He doesn't take 6 months off and eat fucking moon pies and then come back with his big doughy stomach like me. The fucking mosquito is relentless. All right? So then he's just sitting there going, now, the mosquito, it only travels only 200 yards in its entire fucking life and blah, 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 blah. But basically it lays eggs and shit, water and that type of crap. And then, we're assholes. We go all over the fucking world and we got the eggs with us. And next thing you know, the mosquitoes are all over the fucking planet. As they should be. Biting people, killing people, giving us some fucking elbow room. This fucking jackass and his fucking egghead friends want to re-engineer one of the few things that is keeping the human population just vaguely in check, which it isn't. We're up to 7 billion people, and this fucking asshole wants to re-engineer mosquitoes to fight disease rather than to spread it. Do you understand how fucked up this guy is? Like, it's like a form of terrorism. I don't know. I know you guys think I'm a moron, but there's a reason why mosquitoes kill people. There's a reason. There's a reason everything kind of kills everybody. It just keeps it balanced. This fucking jerk-off, do you really think you're just going to rewire these fucking mosquitoes and then that's not going to have a domino effect? And I don't know. You know what it's like? Listen to these fucking guys. It's like listening to some weekend warrior who decides he's going to rewire his house. And within 3 years, he's going to fucking burn it down because he's not a licensed electrician. That's what these guys are. Okay?
They're so fucking smart. They're going to re-engineer a mosquito, but like, how's that going to affect the fucking? Oh God, give me an animal, a bird. I don't fucking. It's going to affect something. I'm so in over my head over this, but I know I'm right. I know I'm right. You can't just. If you fucking re-engineer that thing to help us, okay? It won't. Now it can't kill us. Let's talk about this. The fuck did he call it? Dengue disease or some shit that evidently is killing a bunch of people. First time you get it, you feel like you have a fever, and you can actually have the feeling like your bones are going to break. They actually call it break bone fever. And you develop like antibodies, but there's 3 strains, and then when you get the next one, I mean, it's like a horror movie. But a necessary one. You know? Do these fucking nerds ever think that there's a reason that mosquitoes kill people? That's what I love about nature, is it all makes sense. You know? If you just remove your emotions from it, and you just look at the whole thing as like a, I don't know, like a math problem. No, Jesus. Right? Where we have, you got way too much. It's like if you open the cupboard. You know what I mean? You'd have like fucking, like 1 fig Newton and then 7 billion pounds of flour. I think that they should not re-engineer. They just let the fucking mosquitoes kill people. And if you get killed, I'm sorry. You know, but you're dead. It's over. You're out of the way. And we continue on, and there's apples for everybody. You know, we're already growing salmon in dishes, man-made fucking salmon. We're literally fucking with the food supply. Another form of terrorism. Somebody just comes in and poisons the food supply. You know, if you have like a fucking mask on, you know, and some sort of bath towel on you, on your head or whatever, then it's all, oh yeah, that's a terrorist. But if you got a fucking lab coat on, you know, you're putting all these pesticides in there and that type. I don't fucking. I'm on my soapbox this week, people. Standing up on that box, letting everybody hear my ignorance. Hayden Perry, if for some reason, I don't know why, you felt like being dumb this week and you're listening to this podcast, can you please not can you and your friends please not re-engineer mosquitoes? Can you just let them do their fucking job? You know? Why don't you do the world a favor and stick your head in a mosquito nest? Why don't you fucking do that? This is like mad scientist shit. TED.com is the scariest fucking website out there. These fucking assholes... You know, they're re-engineering mosquitoes and they're building robots that know everything, that can run like Barry Sanders. You know, and like that's not going to be a bad thing, Hayden Perry. You know what it is? His heart is in the right place. He sees death. He sees suffering. He sees pain. And he wants to fucking stop it. All right? Because what he's doing is he's chasing the myth of a utopia. The myth of utopia is that if you lived in a utopia, everybody would be happy all the time and nothing bad would ever happen. And it's just not the case because of the emotion of boredom. If everything was awesome all the fucking time, you would go out of your fucking mind because every day would be the exact same. It would just be awesome. Hey, it's lunchtime. You have a turkey sandwich. Isn't this the greatest turkey sandwich? Yes, every day it's the greatest fucking sandwich ever. Every fucking day. Exhausted with happiness. It would be exhausting. You know what I mean? You got to have people getting bit by mosquitoes, dying. If that doesn't happen, you can't enjoy the Super Bowl at the same level. You know what I mean? You can't enjoy just sitting there having a turkey sandwich because you don't have the thing to be like, well, at least, you know, I'm eating a turkey sandwich. The meat's a little dry, but hey, at least I didn't get bit by a fucking mosquito and die. You know, laid face down in a puddle of eggs. If you eliminate all of that, I mean, what are you supposed to fucking do? There's all these myths that if we just did this, people would get along. If we just did that, people would get along. I don't think we would. I think boredom Boredom is at the basis of I don't know. That's what drives us. I don't know. You just want to do something else, being competitive and all. You wouldn't get rid of that. Just imagine that. If you lived in a fucking utopia, everybody had the best car. Everybody drives a fucking Bentley. Everybody's got the greatest fucking stereo. Everybody's got a Victoria's Secret fucking model. Everybody's got, I don't know, an infinity pool. Everybody's got it. Okay? Now, if you could just snap your fingers and make that happen, that would be probably the most insane 5-day straight party the world has ever seen. But after 5 fucking days, you'd get sick of it. I think you would. Nobody ever stubs their toe. Nobody ever falls down. You just, I don't know. Re-engineering fucking mosquitoes. I saw a transvestite do a fucking face plant this week, and it coming out of a donut shop. First of all, in L.A., there's donut shops. I swear to God, there's like 19 chains of donut shops out here. They're on like every other block. I don't get it. Everybody out here that I know is in this business, and you're trying to stay remotely in shape, so you limit your fucking Twitter bashing, or the level that you get bashed on Twitter. I don't know who's eating all the fucking donuts. Who is eating all the donuts? But they're everywhere. So I'm fucking cutting down. I was on Fountain Ave. I really shouldn't give this street up, but Fountain Ave is the one for you tourists out here. When you want to go east to west or west to east, and it's during rush hour. Don't take fucking Sunset. Don't take Santa Monica. You take Fountain. It's right in the middle. But on one of those strips there's this place, Yum Yum Donuts, I believe is what it's called. Or is that Santa Monica? I can't remember. So anyways, it's a fucking donut shop, and they got this stupid little, like those chain, like they put like poles down and then they tie a chain to it, those little things, and it kind of droops down and goes over. So this fucking woman, right, was stepping over it, and it had a thing of donuts and just fell down on the ground. Now, normally I would laugh. A guy in a dress fell face first with a fucking handful of donuts. I mean, that's pretty much, you're going right down the checklist of a home run when it comes to comedy. But the dude fell so effeminately, I felt bad. Like the gentleman in me was like, oh, that lady guy, the lady just fell. And the way the dude put his hand up, it ended up just being really sad. But I pride myself, I'll pat myself on the back here, me and my ego, that I resisted the urge of taking out my phone and filming it. I don't like that shit now, how every fucking moment becomes this, I don't know what to call it. I don't like how humiliation never ends now. These poor kids coming up, it's just like somebody gets kicked in the balls, they get shot with a fucking BB gun in his dick. Somebody films it, OMG, epic fail, dick BB fucking video, and then it's just on the internet forever. And the guy's 35 years old, he's got a drinking problem, and he's looking at this girl, he feels sparks for the first time in years, he goes to talk to her, and right as things are going good, somebody yells out, hey, that's that fucking epic fail dick BB guy, hey, right? She's like, oh my God, is that you? I remember that. Didn't a chunk of your helmet get taken off? What the fuck, right? It just never, no, humiliation never ends. Never fucking ends. I don't even know what I'm talking about this week. Does it matter? I don't think it matters this week. Because Hayden Perry is going to re-injure mosquitoes to fight disease. Okay, you're going to rewire them? Are you going to rewire everything else on the fucking planet? So it's all compatible? Or are you just going to fuck with that, Hayden? I don't get it. You know what it is? This guy, I don't even think he fucking believes in it. I bet he's corporate owned. He's corporate owned. And this is what they're going to do. They're going to own the re-engineered mosquitoes. Okay? And then when they bite you, they make you stronger. And then they go out and they choke out all the other mosquitoes. But you can only get them from them. And then what they do on the backside is they make the regular ones that aren't Reengineered. They re-engineer them to make them even more lethal. All right? Because that way, the way mosquitoes reproduce, it's just like this endless, and everybody's going to want to buy your mosquitoes. It'll be this endless supply and endless demand for the supply that you can just they're like rabbits. Right? I mean, it all makes sense to me. What the fuck am I? 15 minutes in. Jesus, it's getting deep this week. All right. Let's do a little advertising here, and then I'll tell you about a story about a rabbit. I think it's going to be all animals this week. What the fuck is it? All right. Stamps.com, everybody. One great resolution you can make for this new year. Maximize every minute and every dollar for your small business. I know an easy way to do that with Stamps.com. Think about how much time you've wasted going to the post office, or how much money you've wasted leasing an expensive postage meter. Stamps.com is the better way to get postage. Just use what you already have, your own computer and your printer, to buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter or package. With Stamps.com, everything you would do at the post office, you can do right from your own desk and at a fraction of the cost of a postage meter. I've used Stamps.com for the last, I don't know, when did I start reading these? About a year ago? About a year ago, I send all my DVDs out to the clubs. It's phenomenal. I used to have to go down to the post office or go to one of those mailbox etc. Standing there with these two big stupid boxes, actually three, wondering if I was going to come home with one, trying to do the math, standing in line behind some lady, right? I don't have to do that anymore. I just grab a box, bing, bang, boom, put it on the scale, and I'm done. Right now, get this special offer when you use my last name, Burr, B-U-R-R, for a no-risk trial, plus a $110 bonus offer, includes a digital scale and up to $55 free postage. $55 right in your pocket to begin the new year. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Burr, B-U-R-R. That's Stamps.com. Enter Burr. All right, back to the podcast. So last night, I'm doing this stand-up show. I'm doing a show where I stand up, and I'm trying to find a parking spot, and I do. I'm going to take you through every, minute fucking painful detail of this. I put it in reverse. I look in the camera, and I realize I'm a little bit in the red, so I pull it up a little bit, but then there's a Mustang in front of me, an old one. Looks like a 67 or a 68, and I'm like, well, I don't want this guy to feel like I don't respect his car. So I backed up a little bit more, realizing that I'm mostly in the unpainted area, so I guess legally I'm okay. So then I decide to get out the driver's side door. Okay, I lead with my left leg rather than swinging my right over. Sorry. I get out of the fucking car and I'm walking up the street. I'm trying to think what I'm going to talk about when I go on stage. And I look over and there's this fucking rabbit sitting outside this apartment. A rabbit. This isn't a wild rabbit. This is a domesticated rabbit. Why do I know? Because it's not afraid of me. It's just sitting there looking at me like, hey, what's going on? Like it's just chilling on the porch. And it's fat. It's a fat fucking rabbit. Like, it's eating human food. Rather than, what the hell do rabbits eat? What do they eat? They eat carrots. At least the cartoon ones do. Do they eat carrots? It's not like there's a bunch of carrots in the wild. Lettuce, grass, I don't know what the fuck they eat. Squirrels. I bet they'll find that out one day, that they actually every once in a while eat squirrels. Like, for the longest time when they thought like chimpanzees were vegetarians, and then they found out that every once in a while they go on a hunt and they kill a monkey. Fucking chimpanzees. I hate them. I hate those motherfuckers. Okay? Fuck mosquitoes. Or you bite me and I get a fever, and I get a rash, and I feel like my bones are going to break, and then I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm hot, I'm dead. It's over. All right? I would much rather have that than to have some fucking roided out fire plug jump on me, rip my face off, pull my nuts off, and twist my foot off. I'd much rather, even though I'm going to bleed out quicker than going through the hell of that dengue death, whatever the fuck it is. I would rather go through that. Oh my God, those fucking creepy long chimp fingers. Fucking grabbing right under your chin like you're some masked wrestler and he's going to reveal your identity. Just fucking rips your goddamn face back. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. I forgot this. I forgot this. I got to look this up right now. You know what? I was in New Mexico recently, visiting a high school friend. And, hang on a second. The fuck was her name? And I was in this restaurant. What is it? Bronco Boozer? I can't remember her fucking name. God damn it, Bill. You stink. I'm in this Italian restaurant, right? And they got all these fucking... there it is. Gina Bronco Boozer. So they got all these Italians on the wall. Like the ones you've always heard. Frank Sinatra and all Tito Puente and all the big Italians. Tito Puente is Latino. I don't give a fuck. All the classic ones you've heard of. Who's the girl there was staring at the other girl? She was trying to be the hot whore, and then the other girl's tits were hanging out even more. She's giving him a side. Sophia Loren. Sophia Loren, all these Italians, right? Beautiful people, right? And then they just had some obscure ones. So I see one, and it's this woman in tights. And her name is Gina Bronco Boozer. And I start reading the story. And basically, she was a female wrestler, hugely fucking popular. And her big thing was how she got into wrestling. She was like 5'5", like 210 pounds. Okay? We're talking fourth and goal here. Low center of gravity. She puts that show Ironhead Hayward with the pussy. Okay? That's disgusting, but it's true. So anyways, her big claim to fame was that she choked a fucking cow to death with her thighs. Now, to me, that just sounds like some vaudeville, like, step right up. See the woman who choked a cow to death with her thighs. If you could survive for 1 minute, we will give you this anvil, or whatever the fuck you won back then. But anyways, that was her claim to fame, to get into wrestling. So she went around barnstorming around the country, and she won all these matches, and she became hugely popular, big-time fan favorite, and she would do all these benefits for charity and whatnot. So one day, this is how little we knew about animals back then, they decide to raise money for charity that they would have Gina Bronco Boozer wrestle an old baboon from the zoo. Old toothless baboon. It didn't have its teeth. Now, if you've never seen anything on baboons, like, baboons have teeth like a fucking lion. Do you ever see one yawn? If you can just stop staring at their Rainbow Book Club ass and just look at its fucking teeth. I mean, this thing could literally bite your fucking head off. But the baboon was old and it didn't have any teeth. What could go wrong? So they bring the fucking baboon down. I don't know if it had a little silk wardrobe or what, robe. Like fucking Greg the Hammer Valentine. Who knows? I don't know what it had. Maybe it had his monkey hair all fucking slicked back and dyed platinum. I don't know what. But Gina's going to wrestle this thing. So Gina's already in the fucking ring. This whole story is on the wall at the restaurant. I can't believe I didn't take a picture of it. Because there's really very little about this on the internet. So she's fucking waiting. They take a banana. They put it on the stool in the ring. Okay? Now the baboon, old toothless baboon's in the ring with this Gina Bronco Boozer. Bouza, if you're trying to look it up. And I don't know what happened. She starts, made some sort of aggressive move towards the fucking baboon. The baboon jumps on her and just snaps her neck, and she's dead within the first fucking 5 seconds of the match. And the promoter was like, oh my God, freaking out, saying something ridiculous like, basically, how would I know that would have happened? How would you know that would have happened? Well, baboons have the strength of 5 men. And I don't know if you've noticed, baboons don't really you don't ring a bell and then they stop. That's the end of the round, baboon. If you start tapping out all right, you got me. As it's turning your head around, all right. It doesn't, it's not stopping. You can't tap out with a baboon. Baboons do not have a 10-minute time limit. They don't fight like that. They have a fight to the death. All right? You're coming in there trying to raise money for emphysema. That thing's coming in there like, all right, fucking blood sport here. I don't have any teeth. What's the next thing I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking turn your head around like The Exorcist, even though I never saw the movie. And even if I did, I don't even know if it would register. You know? Dude, cheetahs are afraid of baboons. But baboon comes over, like, get the fuck out of my territory. Cheetahs, for the most part, are like, or leopards. Maybe it's even a leopard, an even bigger cat. I don't know what. I don't know. But I would tell you to look up the story of Gina Bronco Booza, but there's really nothing on here other than in that restaurant, and they kind of had the whole fucking story. If I ever go out to New Mexico again, I'm going to go to, it's an Italian restaurant, or if somebody lives out there, Jesus Christ, why don't you use technology? Please take a picture of the story. It's on the wall, and please send it to me, and we'll put it up on the podcast page because it's fucking unreal. You know what's funny was when I read it, all I thought about was this is something like fucking Joe Rogan. You know, I should have sent the story to him. He could have done a fucking hour of this on his podcast with all his knowledge of animals and ultimate fighting. Who the fuck would get into a goddamn ring? Who the fuck would get into a ring with a baboon? Like, I guess, you know, there was no Discovery Channel. And that's the honest thing. Like, I wouldn't know anything about baboons if it wasn't for basic cable. You know? And I wouldn't have known that woman got her face fucking ripped off if it wasn't for the, you know, the instant news shit. I wouldn't know anything. All I would know about would be the guy up the street with fucking 7 toes. I would just know that country shit. But anyways, if you get a chance, you know, look it up. There isn't much information on it, but so there you go. It's been all about animals so far, hasn't it? The Animal Podcast. Oh, anyway, so I'm sitting there looking at this fat fucking rabbit, and it's just sitting there, and it was nighttime. It really disturbed me, the way it was just sitting there, not looking out for coyotes, not looking out for a house cat. I actually played out in my head this awful scenario of a cat slowly coming up to it, stalking it, you know? And the rabbit looking right at the cat, and the cat having this weird sort of, this motherfucker sees me, doesn't he? You know? The lovely Nia, everybody. So I'm telling this story. I saw this rabbit sitting outside a house last night. A house rabbit. A fat, I've been eating Fruit Loops at the dining room table. House rabbit. And it just really disturbed me because it didn't know any better. It didn't know to be scared. It wasn't scared of me. It wasn't looking around, you know, fucking.
It's domesticated.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's domesticated. Would you come down here to get on the podcast? Maybe. Well, grab yourself a microphone there, lady. You got to plug yourself in. So anyways, the cords are over there. We've been through this. I'd hit pause on this thing, but I don't know how to do it, and it always ends up shutting off, and then I have to splice it together, and then something happens where, I don't know. So anyways, hey, you guys you ever go to make a pot roast in a Dutch oven, and in the middle of it, you just start drinking beers, and you're about 4 beers in, and you can't remember what time you put the pot roast in? That's what the fuck I did yesterday. I'm so embarrassed. I made a tough pot roast. There we go. And she's putting on the windscreen, everybody. And bam, she's in. She's in.
Hello?
Hey, did you try any of the pot roast? Or are you still on your diet?
I did try some pot roast, but I am still on my diet, even though
pot roast
I did fall off a little bit. I'm back on it for for a while. But yeah.
In the middle of the pot roast, it tasted all right? The outside got a little tough.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get for, I don't understand.
What?
When people cook these beautiful meals that you've been cooking lately, and they have been beautiful meals, mind you, you have a nice glass of wine. It's like the whole process. Nobody slams 4 Budweisers in a row while making these beautiful restaurant quality meals. That's a whole,
You know what it was?
You're stumbling around the kitchen like, oh, what time did I put it in? Oh, I fucked it up. Oh, I turned the wrong burner on.
I did that. I was trying to turn up the heat for the potatoes, and I had the roast on simmer.
Yeah.
And I turned up the roast one high, and I was sitting there like, why isn't these fucking potatoes? It doesn't even look like it's getting hot. And then all of a sudden, I heard my my au jus sauce going,
Au jus.
I'm bubbling over there. Yeah, I fucked the whole thing. Well, you know what it was? My OCD kicked in. Mm-hmm. I had all those Budweisers left over from the Rose Bowl, and they're just taking up space.
You don't have OCD. You have ADD. I like
Whatever.
how you're like, oh, I have OCD. That's why I had to drink all those beers.
Well, let me explain it.
Obsessive compulsive.
This is why.
Obsessive compulsive doesn't stand for obsessive compulsive drinking.
No, listen.
It stands for a disorder.
Listen.
Hey,
why? No, I had the. We had like fucking 12. We brought so much beer. I had like 15 Budweisers in there.
Okay.
It's taking up all that space. So I'm thinking if I drink one a day, I'll knock this out in half a month. Mm-hmm. Then I go, what if I have 2? I knock it out in 7. And then I was just like, I had them in stacks of 2. And I was just like, I knocked out 2. And then I had my third one. And I'm like, well, the other one's still sitting there taking up that space. So knock that one out.
You could have put them on the bottom shelf, like way in the back, though. There's ways you could have.
Hey, I could have.
You just wanted to drink them all. That's what it is.
I could have bought a bigger fridge. Rose Bowl was awesome this year. We did have a tragedy, though, and I can't name the name. But somebody got a little too drunk, was walking towards the I don't know what happened. What always happens every year is we get absolutely fucking hammered. And then we all of a sudden, we just notice we're the only ones in the parking lot. And then that's when it clicks that the game's about ready to start. Mm-hmm. So then or the golf course, which is the parking lot, and we just walk into the stadium sort of together and then get separated and then come back together again like a band that worked out its differences, And when we got to our seats, only 3 of us made it. And there was some other guy. No, I remember what's-his-face was saying, yeah, so-and-so lost his ticket. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And then he didn't get in. And then some other douchebag comes up and sits in my buddy's seat. We're like 3 drunk, angry guys. Where the fuck did you get that ticket? He's like, oh, I bought it. But at first he said he bought it for $25. Then he told somebody else he bought it for $50. He either pickpocketed the thing or he found it on the fucking ground. But at the end of the day, it's it's on my buddy. He got too hammered. That's why I always buy the ticket holder every year. Mm-hmm. It's like, when you put a toddler on a leash so it can't run away from you. That's what I do. I put the ticket in there, put it around my neck, and then I commence drinking like I'm still in college.
Oh, that's a good idea. So it just stays there.
Stays there. You don't have a problem. You feel your neck getting tugged. Somebody's trying to steal it.
Right.
You
could even put it like underneath your shirt if you were worried about people, getting funny ideas.
Yeah, but I'd get so drunk I would think I lost it. I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? I can't breathe. So anyway, no, we had a great time, though. You were getting jealous when you saw all that food that we were cooking. Fucking Lawhead did the ribs up.
Yeah, you guys throw down like it's some sort of like food tailgating competition. It's like this. Did you tell your podcast listeners what was on the menu? This extensive tailgating menu?
Oh, we had short ribs.
Wait. Start at the beginning.
What is the beginning? All right.
Breakfast.
9,000 fucking Budweisers. Oh, we had breakfast with lamb sausage. We got this great butcher in my neighborhood, so we went over there and literally put in an order that we had to pick up 2 days later. A lot of animals died on this day, people. For us. We had lamb.
No, but you were very organized about it. It's not like you just went to Ralph's and just grabbed a bunch of cheap meat. Like you went to the butcher, the best, pretty much the only butcher in our neighborhood, and put in an order. So you had lamb sausage, goat cheese, and roast cheese, pepper. Omelets. Right? So that was breakfast. Okay. And
that's the greatest omelet I have every year.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there. I got a Rose Bowl ticket around my neck. I'm on my
beer in my hand.
Exactly.
And an omelet in my mouth.
Yeah. I know. All that guy shit that is just lampooned now. It's just fucking considered silly if you enjoy that. Like, this is America. It is. It's fucking great. And until you've had a fucking omelet on New Year's Day on a golf course outside the Rose Bowl, go fuck yourself. It was tremendous. And then what's his face? We had Kobe beef hot dogs, which I just found out Kobe beef, the reason why it's so soft is they treat it like veal. So I got to be done with that shit now.
Oh, so now you're not gonna eat that anymore? Yeah, because you're anti-veal. So
yeah, I don't mind fucking just walking up to a cow and blowing its brains out. That's part of nature. Somebody got you. That's all right. But to stick them in a fucking cage, like, and so they can't move, so the meat's more tender, to just torture it like that, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's unnecessary. It already tastes delicious. It's doing the fucking job. It's filling up my belly. You know? Let it walk around. Can you let it walk around? Whatever. And then we had the ribs. Mm-hmm. We had the ribs and with his fucking his rub and the mop, and it was the shit. And then we had the mini apple pies.
Baked by you.
Yeah, and then
my little pie face.
Yeah. And then we got the best compliment. We heard people next to us whispering, going, see, look at that. They're doing it right. They got pies. And you're like, that's right, motherfucker.
I know. Who brings individual pies?
We used to be them.
Tailgating?
I used to, back in the day when I used to go to the Patriots games, when I had season tickets in 1989, we used to fucking show up with a keg of beer and a bag of chips. And we'd be sitting there, look at those people, they're doing it right. And we'd just get absolutely annihilated.
A keg of beer and a bag of chips.
And that, I swear to God, that's accurate. We would have a half barrel. We had a half barrel of beer, and we would be doing keg stands because we were morons. Literally like counting, 1, 2, 3, doing that shit. As all these adults were looking at us. Like, some were repulsed, and then there was other people who did that when they were our age, so they were just sitting there with half a smirk, probably betting which one of us was going to puke first.
Yeah.
I did one time. Puking after a keg stand is the most refreshing way ever to puke.
I've never done a keg stand before.
It's so cold when it comes back out. Usually when you puke...
What does it mean exactly?
Well, I guess a keg stand usually is you're supposed to do like somebody holds you up upside down.
Oh, literally
upside.
Drinking. Okay, and what's the
so
point
we weren't
of that?
doing that. We weren't doing
but
that.
What's the point of being upside down? Is it you get more fucked up that way because you're all disoriented?
No,
you're upside down?
It's one of those things where you're young and you think, if I'm drinking beer, I'm crazy. I'm away from my parents.
Right.
What could make this crazier? What if I did it upside down? Yeah, it's stupid.
Okay.
It's just suburban douchery.
Yeah.
So I actually never did that. We did a more adult version of keg stand, which is basically you just you turn the tap on and and we were timing it. It was like the Olympic trials of beer drinking, and as you puked, you were out. Or if you just tapped out, like I can't do it. So you'd start off with 10 seconds, and it was completely inaccurate. People would just be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, right? All the way up to 10. And if you made it to 10, you were in the next round. Then it went up to 20. Then it went up to 30. Then it went up to 40. And you got to think, you've already drank for 10 seconds. Then you drank for 20. That's 30 seconds. Now you drink for 30. Now you drink 60. And it just keeps going and going and going. And we got all the way up one time where I was trying to beat this guy. And I didn't have a reputation for being able to drink. And I just went into this fucking zone. And I went head to head with this guy. And I just kept making... It was like the Cinderella team going through March Madness. And somehow I made it to the championship game. It was me against this other guy who had like a fucking iron stomach. And I ended up losing is what I did. But it was one of the great pukes of my life because it was just ice cold. It was like reverse drinking a glass of water. Ice cold glass. You know, when you puke, it's like acidy and it tears up your throat.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Huh.
It was just like, it just came out.
Was this in high school?
No, I think I was in my fifth year at college by then. No.
Your fifth year of college.
I was 21 when I did that.
Oh, okay.
So I should have been a junior, but I was still a freshman.
Yeah. No, I drank beer in high school only because I don't drink beer now, as you know, because I don't like the taste of it. But I drank it in high school because, you know, that's what you drink.
Oh, that's my running joke with you. I go, I think you'd like this one. And I always make sure it's the most hoppy, bitter
and it's
taste.
always disgusting. It's so rude. You know how much I don't like beer. I would drink it in high school because that's what people were drinking when you would drink in high school. But then I got onto the Boone's Farm there. You know, that cheap little strawberry wine in wine coolers.
What is it called?
Boone's Farm. It's a kind of wine. It's like really sweet, really cheap.
Ugh.
Yeah, you get it at like the gas station. We
would send in hangover.
We would send in, you know, like one of the cuter girls to go in there and just kind of like smile and just walk up with, you know, a couple bottles of the Boone's Farm, and, you know, the 19-year-old or whatever kid behind her would just let her buy it and not check her ID.
Because she's hot and she's cute. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Why
That
is that
fucking-
a bad thing? Everybody. I mean, it is a
I'm
bad
jealous.
thing. I'm not condoning that
because
type
I was
of behavior.
I'm jealous.
But I would
I
drink
could never-
beer
I could never
then,
be, I
but
could-
I always hated it. But I just did it because that's what you did. You know.
I'm jealous of that. Is what it is. Guys, on a certain level, you fucking resent that. Because we don't have the option of being hot and cute and just getting something, just coming like, hot tee-hee, I'd like a case of beer. Playing with your non-existent pigtail. Or maybe your Steven Seagal ponytail, just sort of twisting it around.
That's a weird visual.
It is a weird visual. Let's read some fucking emails for the week. Pakistani cricket fan. He said, all right, man, this is important. First podcast of 2003, right? All right, sorry about that. I fucked the thing up. I didn't delete last week's. I got to get a memory card that has a little more memory on it. Anyways. Oh, Jesus. What is this now? What is this? All right. It's just gone off the rails here. All right, Pakistani cricket fan. Starting over again. All right, man, this is important first podcast of 2013, right? This is about cricket, the sport. Don't you stop here now. Come on and bear with me. Okay, so Pakistan and India just had a cricket series. Now, these two guys, they don't like each other.
Right.
Why don't they like each other?
I don't know. I'll be completely honest.
You just got caught. You were like, right. And I thought you knew the answer.
No, I don't. I'm not well versed in that. I admit.
All right.
It's not my strength.
It's the usual shit. They live near each other. Mm-hmm. All right. Familiarity breeds contempt, and they fight over Kashmir. Don't you remember a few years ago? They were like, I'm going to fucking nuke you. And the other guy's like, go ahead and do it. We got the bomb, too. You don't remember that?
No. But
Maybe that was a movie I saw. Anyway, so Pakistan and India just had a cricket series. We are arch rivals in shit, not only in cricket, but in everything. I mean, we had the biggest tank wars in shit. Did you? They should make a movie about that. And have like tan white people play you guys, and then you guys can get offended. So India had these fucking commercials in which the voice said, Pakistan is coming to India, and their faggot cricket player were like, oh, he's saying that. I thought they were saying that in the commercial. I was like, wow.
No, this gentleman is
He's using it. All right, I'm sorry. Okay. In which the voice said Pakistan is coming to India, and then their cricket player were like, let them come. Now, these Indian cunts are the last World Cup champions, and we're ready to fuck Pakistan in the ass. Get what happened. Guess what happened? They got fucked big time. Now, everything else in Pakistan is shit, as you must know. Just do this, man. Wow, this guy, he is writing in a second language here. Just do this, man, and be on my fucking side, all right? As I approach you first, all right? Come on, man. Just tell these Indian...
Do you read these things first before you just start reading them on the air?
That's what makes it good. Just tell these Indian cunts how bad their cricket team sucks.
Oh, please.
And they can eat a dick and some other clever shit that you say.
He wants you to trash India because he's Pakistani and they have a cricket feud as well as some other
please
feuds.
Rape them. Woohoo!
Please rape them?
Yeah.
Sir, don't use that word like that.
Oh, you know what? You don't understand sports. How'd you like that,
India?
India?
Oh, my God.
Huh? You thought you were going to beat Pakistan. Ooh, we're the defending fucking champions with our fraternity paddles, hitting that racquetball around the circular field. Well, guess what? You fucking lost. You would think, considering all you guys have 18 fucking kids, you could find a couple of Jordans in there, right? And you could repeat. Oh, well, you know what? I think next year, Pakistan, you guys should play again. And winner takes all of Kashmir. What do you think about that? And you get all the other side's tanks. There you go. How was that? Was that all right?
I like how you just, you're like, all right, cool, I'll do that.
There you go.
This is Bill Burr. This was Bill Burr trashing
That's
India.
right. Anybody else, if you watch obscure sports and you guys win a game, I'll talk trash about the other fucking person not knowing anything about. I don't even get the game. I like, what I like about cricket, though, is how long it is. When you drink, there's certain sports that you're just going to love. You just
Is cricket a game that people like drink at like that? It doesn't seem like. It seems like more civilized than that for some reason.
Why?
I don't know why. Because it's foreign.
Wow. And
they wear like all white. They just look like spiffier. I don't know. They just look like there's some sort of class element.
Are you thinking about polo?
No. Don't they wear all white?
I don't know.
Pull up an image of people playing cricket. I'm pretty
You
sure
fucking
everyone,
pull it up. I'm not your secretary.
Everyone wears white. Well, you have the laptop in front of you.
That's a good
got
point.
Nothing.
No, listen. This is why. Of course they drink. They probably have hooligans. You're sitting there saying you think it's sophisticated after what this guy wrote: faggot, cunt, rape. That's all. That's one. That's all in there. It isn't.
That's cricket fans for you.
No, that's not cricket fans. You know what that is? That's sports fans. That's sports fans. We're morons.
Yeah, but I think that more like something like a rugby, I feel like has more of a hooliganism attached to it.
You know something?
For some
You
reason,
would think that.
For some
You
reason,
would
I
think
feel like
that.
cricket is more like, oh, hello.
No, you know what?
We're going to the cricket
Have you ever
game.
met a professional boxer? Or one of those UFC guys?
I guess so.
If you meet them, most of them...
I guess so. Yeah.
Most of them, they're really just mellow
Sure.
kind of... They don't need to prove anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's the fans. So we're not talking about the rugby players. Maybe the fans are more... I don't know. I have no idea. I can tell you right now, I would keep my fucking mouth shut if I ever went to any sort of sporting event in another country. Mm-hmm. Unless, when I go to Canada, it's hockey. I know hockey's back, by the way. I'm really excited that it's back.
Great.
All's forgiven. I don't give a fuck. I've accepted it that it's a part of hockey every fucking 5-6 years.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know you don't.
You just said all's forgiven. What's forgiven?
The strike. They went on strike.
Oh.
Have you noticed? You've been able to watch way more Real Housewives this year?
No.
You notice I'm watching way more Hoop, and then I've somehow, in a fucking secretive way, become a Knicks fan because they never show the Celtics because we stink. So they're always showing the Knicks, and I love their team.
Okay.
I fucking love their team. Did you see that J.R. Smith's, that dunk he had on that alley-oop where the guy threw it too low and he caught it down by his nuts and just with one hand just fucking threw it? It was one of the most vicious things I've ever seen. Even probably as vicious as that baboon snapping that wrestler's neck back in the 50s. All right. Innocent deer and headlights. Hey, Bill, love the show. I'll start from the beginning, but I'll be quick. People, I can't read, so let's just get right to the fucking point.
Yeah, did you ever read aloud in class?
I hated it.
Yeah,
I hated it.
You're not good at it.
I would be like trying to count ahead how many people and then try to guess which paragraph, and I always
start looking over it before he got to it.
When I was in the 4th grade one time, I had to read out loud, and I got in my head, and I was like going, like, I'll just read the first couple sentences the way I did it. I was like, love the show. I'll start from the beginning.
Aww.
And
Baby
I finished
Bill.
it, and I finished it. I wasn't baby. I wasn't a baby. I was in 4th grade. I should have been able to read. Shithead Bill. So when I finished reading the paragraph, the teacher went like, before, I was so fucking relieved that it was over. And I was just waiting for her to call, and the girl sitting behind me for her, Jennifer, read the next paragraph. And when I finished, there was this silence. And then the teacher said, I didn't understand one word he said.
Oh.
Did anybody else understand what he said?
Oh, no.
And nobody said anything. She made me go back and reread it. I was like, love the show. I'm like choking back tears. I'll start from the beginning. That's back in the 70s when you could be mean to people.
Oh, that's terrible.
Is it me? Or is he too fucking stupid to be in this grade?
You poor thing. That's not nice.
It's not nice. It's fucking hilarious. I stunk at it, and she called me out on it, and I deserved it. What I should have done was viewed it as a challenge and gone home and just walked around the house reading out loud.
Well, you're in 4th grade. Your brain doesn't work like that.
Listen, you're never too young to start manning up. Instead, I accepted defeat, and I don't know. I never got... two things happened to me that year that were fucking brutal. They had the reading out loud and getting trashed for it. And then they did this thing called... What's it called? Sound spelling.
Okay.
You learn how to read in 1st grade.
Yeah.
You progress in the 2nd grade. You learn how to spell and all that. All that shit. first, second, third. Okay? It's still fresh in your head. Don't take it out of the oven. It's still all doughy. So you know what these fucking idiots do? They introduce sound spelling in the 4th grade. And it's basically, I guess, phonetic spelling is what the proper name.
Okay.
Like where you spell cat, K-A-T. And they started going through all of these words that I just learned how to spell within the last couple of months to couple of years. And they started putting K's where there was C's and all this shit. And I never recovered. Never recovered.
Why would they do that, though? Why would they?
Because somebody...
I don't get it.
They thought that it would help with something. Why would they do that? Why would they put fluoride in toothpaste? Why would they do that? When it slows your brain down, it makes you just kind of, hey, man, dreams aren't coming true, but I'm all right. Look at these white teeth, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about ever. Just know that. Know that about this podcast. I don't know what I'm talking about ever. The Monday Morning Podcast.
That's your tag.
That's it. All right. Innocent deer in the headlights. All right. Push away that 4th grade bill.
I know. No, it's good. Do you want me to read it for you?
Hey, if that guy who played Darth Vader's voice can get over stuttering, I can do this. All right. Hey, Bill. Love the show.
Jones.
I'll start from the beginning, but I'll be quick. I am about to graduate college. I met a lady in one of my classes. We talked throughout the semester. Oh, dude, how many times was the moment to get her number coming and going, and you were like, fuck. And on the last day of class, she offered me her number. There it is. She was probably rolling her eyes the whole semester, like, for the love of God, do I got to drop to my knees? Where the hell am I?
Oh,
she came
Bill.
up to, I know. Oh, Billy.
Oh, Billy.
I met her in class. We talked. Where the fuck was I? I thought she was
You're having a
pretty cool.
flashback right now?
Did I just make that part up? I can't find it. I met a girl in one of my classes. We talked throughout the semester. Last day of class, she asked me a number. I thought she was pretty cool and went out with her later that week. She came and met me. She came and met up with me.
Oh, my God, this is fucking torture. Just read it. Oh, my God.
She came and met up with me and my friends at a bar. Things went well, and we end up going back to my place. Oh, Jesus. We start fooling around on the couch, and then she gets up and guides me into my room. I was getting nervous because I haven't been with many girls and not entirely sure what to do in this situation. She strips naked, and while we are sitting on my bed, she opens her legs to reveal a white string coming out of her ladiness. Guys, with the gross details here. I wasn't really sure what it was at the time. Oh, this guy's, he's a fucking,
Oh
he's
my
like
God.
that, he's like that little fat rabbit sitting outside the apartment complex.
He didn't know what it was. Well, maybe he was just so disoriented that he just was like, what is that?
There's nothing in a guy's upbringing that says, tells you about the ripcord. That's just something you just learn. It's one of the few things, like, back in the day.
You're supposed to learn about, like, the whole reproductive system. Like, it's literally, like, half an hour, not even half an hour, maybe a 10-minute part of your lesson about the reproductive system. If you even
Okay, they didn't have
learn
that. They didn't have that when I was growing up, but I can guarantee you in those classes, they never say, hey, and if you're ever trying to bang some chick who's on the rag.
Right, of course.
If you see that little string coming out, you're trying to bang a girl and turns out she's on the rag,
Why? But the thing is, she knows she's having her period, so why is she? Well, read the rest.
You know
of
what
it.
she's going to do?
Read the rest.
She's going to want to she's going to want to bang and say it's not a heavy flow day, or she's going to take it in the air.
Oh yeah, that could be.
All right, this is getting gross. This is like really.
This is graphic.
This is very graphic because I wasn't really sure what it was at the time. I would have loved if you said what you thought it might be. Is she flossing down there? I told her exactly what I was thinking. And he said, this is what he said. This is classic. He says, she said that naked with her legs spread. And he goes, there's a white thing, ... there. She told me that it was a tampon.
Yeah.
And that she was on her period.
Right.
She said it was fine and still wanted to have sex. I got really weirded out. not grossed out. I got really weirded out, so I told her that maybe we should wait. She told me there are other ways. I called it. I was still, or maybe even further freaked out by this girl, so we just went to sleep. Keep in mind that this is the first night we ever hung out. Yeah, why did you let her stay there? Did I do the right thing? Should I meet up with her again, or is she crazy?
I don't understand.
Thanks a lot, and go fuck yourself.
What, huh? I'm confused. Did I do the right thing by not sleeping with her?
Yeah.
By not having anal sex with her? Is that
Or whatever, or just plowing through the fucking storm.
If he didn't feel if he didn't feel comfortable with it, then you shouldn't have sex with her.
Just
so that's the
picturing
right thing.
A captain on a ship, rawr, just going through the waves. Captain, you're crazy. We're gonna make it, you fag. Sorry, he put that word in my head.
Who did?
That fucking guy over there. I never say the F word. I say fuck. I don't say faggot. I've tried to take it out. They told me to knock it off, and I'm trying. I respect it.
You do, actually.
Knock it off. So I say, all right, yeah, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a dick here. But for the longest time, you called somebody a fag. It had nothing to do. It just meant you were a pussy. We didn't know what we were saying.
I know.
You fucking faggot.
I know. We get it. We get it.
I'm just saying. So anyways. Bill Burr trying to knock it off. I'm trying.
The thing is, sometimes you're so, I don't know if innocent's the right word, but sometimes you are. You're so
dumb.
You're so dumb about the offensiveness that you grew up with. You're always like, what? Everybody said it. You're so defensive about it for so long.
Yeah, but you know something?
Because it's like you honestly don't know any better. Because, you're dumb. And then finally enough people explain it to you. And you are a human being. And you have a heart. And you're sensitive. So you're like, oh, okay. All right. I won't say it anymore. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, that's the attitude you have about it. It's like you want to be a good person. But you're angry that you have to, let go of this part of your past where people just said fag to each other and it was like, hey, that's what we say. It's Boston. Go fuck yourself.
Well, Jimmy Dore, the great Jimmy Dore, actually did a show Friday night. He's so goddamn funny. He has the funniest fucking bit on that. On Knock It Off. Why that's a dumb ad campaign. Mm-hmm. Because it really is like, hey, knock it up. It's really like this parental. I don't
saying, oh, that's gay or stuff like that.
Yeah, he's not saying that that's wrong,
right,
to try and get people to stop doing it. But is that the best way to get people to stop doing it, by saying, hey, knock it off? Like you're driving the car and you're their parent, you're swinging at their leg. I don't want to step on his bit here. Go see Jimmy Dore and request that bit.
So anyway, this young man is saying, did I do the right thing by not sleeping with her, and should I see her again? Because he was freaked
100%.
out.
If she wanted to have straight up vaginal sex, there is not a condom thick enough or all encompassing. That would have to take up you'd have to put it on like underwear, that condom, and boxer underwear, and it'd have to all be rubber. You'd have to put on basically a wetsuit that had like a little flappy thing there for your dick. So you did the right thing.
Yeah, he would not have felt comfortable having sex with this girl if he already was thrown off by the fact that she had a tampon in.
This girl is a pig.
Why is she a pig?
Because don't defend her just because she's a woman.
I'm asking a question. I'm defending this
guy.
Why
is she a pig?
Yeah,
because
why is
she's
she a pig?
bleeding from her private parts.
Yeah,
and it's just like, let's fucking have at it. That is some fucking truck stop large Marge shit. All right? Give me a fucking break. I'm not trashing all women. This woman here is a pig. He probably, no protection, could have gone in the back door with this girl. First fucking date. She's a pig.
So what, you feel like she wasn't ladylike and respecting herself enough or something?
This is what I'm thinking. You ever see the club everybody wants to go to and there's that long line down the street? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what has been lining up to her fucking private parts.
Well, have you ever heard of the term slut shaming? Have you heard this term that people
Is this
have been
something?
using lately?
Well, that's one I've never used, so I don't need to knock that off. I've never heard that.
Knock it off. But have you heard of slut shaming, which is basically
No, but I can guess what it is.
How come
What do
if
you
a
think
guy
it is?
does it, a guy's a stud, but if a woman does it,
She's a whore.
Right.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's the truest thing you'll ever fucking read.
Okay. What is the truest thing?
That if a woman does it, she is a whore.
So you believe in that whole double standard?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Why is that exactly?
Because there's no skill involved with you guys getting laid. All you have to do, hey, here's my...
So this is a skill-based thing? And define skill, the skills that you feel like you're presenting
Nia,
when you're
we-
getting laid as
listen,
a guy.
Nia.
Tell me all about your amazing skills, Bill.
Are you done? Are you done?
Yeah, for now.
Nia, we've already had this argument.
Yes, we
we
have.
talked about it in a bar one time, and I said, okay, let's turn the tables. All right? Let's pretend that I'm holding the fucking bag of gold, and you're coming and trying to get it. Okay? Hit on me. Come, do it right now.
Right.
Do it right now.
I
Give me-
can't.
give me-
I'm not good at it. I'm not
Of course
good
you're
at
not good
having
at
to...
it. You know why?
Why?
Because it's a skill. When women sit there and they go, oh, my God, guys come up to me and they say the dumbest stuff. And that's all you have to say as a guy. Oh, yeah, what would you say? Go ahead, dazzle me. Come up me with your, hey, baby, what's your sign fucking line. What do you got? Convince me.
Hey,
Exactly. Exactly. We have to
I
convince
saw
people.
you on stage earlier tonight, and I thought you were pretty funny.
Oh, thanks.
So,
Yeah, and
no,
I'll
I'm not
I'll
good.
be the girl who's going to deliberately make it difficult.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not good at hitting on people. That's not my.
And you know why that is?
That's not my
Because
skill
you
set.
didn't have to. All you had to do was put on a spaghetti strap dress and be like, ooh, did I drop a napkin?
flirting-
And you're in the game.
Flirting I can do, but that's different. That's more like conversational. But no, I'm not good at just walking.
You have to
up and
understand that
starting
as a
the
guy,
whole thing.
you have to
No.
convince a woman to have sex with you. And after you've convinced her, you have to continue convincing her. All the way back to the apartment, you got to keep the plate spinning, and any little fucking thing can throw it off.
Okay, so because of that whole struggle that you poor men have to do in order to get a woman to sleep with you, I feel so bad for you.
Can you-
So because there's that difference,
Wow.
then
Just no respect. And then I'm supposed to
that
respect.
makes it okay to say if a girl is like, hey, let's just I want to have fun with you, let's have sex. All of a sudden she's a slut or a pig and all that, and the guy is like, what, the hero or the more skilled of the two of them? That doesn't make any sense.
Are you done? Nia, first fucking date, she's sitting there, okay? She wants to have sex, whatever, but you're sitting there with a fucking bloody rag hanging out of you, and you don't even know this guy, and you just fucking spreading your fucking legs, and he's like, yeah, there's a thing hanging out of there, and she says, there's other ways. I guarantee you know what that girl is? That's the girl when you take out the condom who goes, God, I hate condoms. That fucking girl. If a girl ever says, God, I hate condoms, immediately
Run the other direction.
go in the bathroom, rub one out. Get that dumb idea out of your fucking
And
head.
vice versa. If a guy
And
ever
then-
says, God, I hate condoms, run the other way too.
Exactly.
Just to keep it fair. No,
You know-
you're
you know
right.
what?
No, you're right. I mean,
you're so into women's issues right now, you can't see the trees through the forest. This girl's a fucking pig.
No, I mean, I definitely, you're right. A girl who has got a tampon in, who's spreading her legs and being like, hey, and the guy's like, are you on your, what's going on there? And she's like, hey, there's other ways to
Hey,
do
there's
it.
other ways.
I mean,
You got any friends?
I suppose,
Like,
I guess there's like smoother ways to, I don't know.
This guy-
I would never do that. I admit that, but I'm not necessarily throwing all bad judgment behind this girl, because maybe she was just drunk and she was probably like, "Oh shit, I am on my
this
period."
kid is a babe in the woods.
Right.
He could have been at this point with her after his first class, okay? Mm-hmm. He hasn't been with a lot of girls. He basically is like, do you ever see that video of those guys who put a goat in a fucking cage with a python, and it doesn't even know?
No.
It was horrible. The goat didn't even know what it was. The fucking snake's like,
Poor
oh shit,
goat.
yeah, and went literally up and like licked the fucking python's face, kind of freaked the thing out, like, whoa, what was that? And then all of a sudden, by the time it realizes what it's in the cage with, it's fucking over.
So
It's terrible.
So this guy is the goat, and this girl is
It's it's a snake, and he doesn't realize what he's in, and just by dumb
goat and the snake.
by dumb luck, she went to strike, and he fucking shook it, like fucking
I like that
Mayweather.
this is turning into a parable. The goat and the snake. Well, all right. So basically, clearly this girl is is on a different level than this guy, and perhaps he should maybe find a girl that's more
This
his
girl
speed.
probably is at some point in life is going to have the STD fun pack. You know,
What's included in that fun pack, Bill?
little herpes, little gonorrhea, probably some crabs. The starter kit.
Okay.
The starter kit. You know, before you move on to the more serious shit like
Well,
AIDS, Ebola.
Herpes is forever, so that's pretty intense, I would think.
That sounds like an advertising campaign for
Herpes
herpes.
is forever.
It's forever.
Herpes.
Herpes is forever. But don't they have like that medicine you could take and keep it at bay?
Yeah, that's what they say in the commercials. Like, and if you have an outbreak, take more or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what they tell you to do.
Yeah, that whole commercial is just scary.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Just because you've taken this and you don't have an outbreak doesn't mean you can't spread it.
Right.
do you know how happy that makes me feel to be with you?
That we don't have the herp.
But we don't have the herp. I don't have to worry about that it's forever.
Right.
Those things, when I was single, they scared the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah.
And I remember then I hear stuff like, even if you wear a condom, that's not 100%. I was just, oh my God.
Yeah. Oof.
I got
Well, yeah,
blisters
she's-
on my fingers.
It doesn't seem like this is the girl for you. She might be a little too advanced.
Nia, will
or
you
whatever.
stop alligator arming it? This might not be the girl for you. She's a little too advanced. This woman is a fucking war pig.
You're
All right?
alligator arming it. I'm
No.
not. I'm trying to be like tender and nice.
You know what
and try to
alligator arm
frame it.
means? You don't
Oh.
watch sports.
No, I don't. You know what? I really don't appreciate when I come down here and having this conversation with you, and you want to throw these little sports things at me, and you always say, "Oh, you don't watch sports. Oh, you didn't get the sports thing." Like you have to remind me that I'm not on the same level as you. So I'm not going to get all your amazing sports references and terms and phrases, and I don't appreciate that.
Can you guys believe that when in 10 minutes of just going on this rant about how dumb I am and how innocent I am with using the word fag, and I don't, and you have like an innocent heart, but you're dumb, and you just respond with rage. The whole way you made me this fucking simpleton. You have me doing everything but fucking, being a big goof, like, hey, how you doing? Like walking down the street, and accidentally crush somebody to death trying to hug them. That's how you just painted me.
You're like of mice and men.
Yeah, that's how you're painting me. Within 10 minutes of this,
You're Lenny and of mice and men.
that's exactly how you described me. I was too dumb to know that fucking reference. And then because I say alligator arm is, okay, you've seen an alligator, right?
Yeah.
Do they have long arms?
No, they do not.
They do not. And it's a sports term. Somebody throws you the ball and you could actually reach out and get it, but you don't totally reach out because you're worried about getting hit.
Okay.
So you alligator arm it. It's like, and if you don't catch the ball, the guy can't hit you.
Oh, okay. I thought.
So I'm saying, you're alligator arming this,
Okay.
in
I
that
didn't
you're going,
understand what it meant.
this girl isn't the girl for you, blah, blah, blah. He's in there with the fucking pit viper.
Right. He's the goat, and she's the
He is.
python.
He is the STD-free goat, and he is walking into a fucking incubator of just, I mean, this girl probably, I don't want to get into it. It's too
She's not
fucking-
the girl for you. She's not the girl for you.
That's bad advice.
Why?
This girl
I'm telling him
is
that
a
it's not the
fucking
girl for-
pig. And
What
you have
is he
to
supposed to do about it? Tell the whole fucking school? I'm just saying
No.
she's not the girl for you. Move on to somebody else who's more your speed. Why is that bad advice?
because you're acting like, she's not into sports, likes to eat, and is a morning person, and he likes sports and
Likes
staying
to
up.
eat.
You know what? This person isn't like, this person isn't for you. I mean, it's like a foodie.
it's
like-
a simple way of saying that you should move on. That's all it is.
No. It's like you're sitting there with the toddler, and he's about ready to touch a hot stove. You got to be like, there has to be a sense of urgency here. Like, no. This will hurt you. This will hurt. You make that little fucking, they don't even speak English. You're trying to fucking,
Speak English.
they can't speak yet. You're trying to fucking, go fuck yourself. You're sitting there talking to this person like, hey, try some of this sandwich. Yeah, I didn't really like that bread. Well, maybe you'll like this bread. Like it's just like this whimsical. There's too many daisies in what you're saying. This is a very dangerous situation. This guy should stay away from this girl. And all girls like this. She's on her period, and she has no fucking like class. She just opens her leg. Like,
That's
what was he supposed to do?
that's a
Pull it
little
out and just go off on it? There's other ways. She's suggesting anal. This girl is she's a fucking mess. Stay away from this girl. This girl will get pregnant. This girl will give you fucking a disease. This girl will steal your laptop. This girl's a fucking nightmare. Knock it off. All right. All right. Advice for a lady. Dear Bill, I've been with my boyfriend for 2 years now. We're in college together, and he's currently taking a semester abroad. Oh, Jesus. Where, in Brazil? Before he left, we had a running joke that I was going to need a vibrator when he left. As a surprise parting gift, he got me one. I have a couple friends whose boyfriends bought them sex toys, so while I was a little surprised he actually got me a vibrator, I also happen to know that it's relatively normal for a boyfriend to do that. Yeah, that's basically like this era's chastity belt. You know? Mm-hmm. You're trying to lock down the pussy. That's disgusting.
But that's what he's doing, though.
Anyway, yeah, but it's dumb because those things, you use them too much, they numb up your area there, and then the guy can't even remotely try and, do something for you. And then you got to be sitting there banging them as they're using the thing, as you know. It's like you and an alien are fucking this girl.
Is this you and an alien?
That's just all dick. It has no body.
All right, whatever. Let's move on.
What am I basing it on? I'm basing it on my fucking life. I did live a little bit of a life before I met you.
I realize that. Yes,
all right. Anyway, fast forward to about a week ago. We were on Skype. He asked you to take this thing out. No, we don't have sex chats, thank God. And he casually asked me how his gift for me was working out. I told him it was working out pretty well. He then mentioned that he had bought something for himself. A fleshlight. The Joe Rogan Experience is brought to you by the fleshlight every week.
Those are weird.
Those are very weird. Those are very
weird.
Fucking
but okay.
Weird. They look like that thing Boba Fett fell into when he died in one of those space movies.
Okay, well.
I knew...
He's trying to be faithful to her. That's nice.
Okay, he said... She goes, I knew what this was because I am an avid listener of Joe Rogan's podcast.
There you go.
Joe Rogan's come up 3 times in this podcast, who raves about it constantly. My boyfriend had never mentioned to me that he was interested in anything like that, and I always thought the idea of it was totally creepy. I acted like it was totally cool, but in all honesty, I really don't want him to be fucking a perfect fake... Wait, I got lost in that. I actually was thinking, is Joe going to get mad that I'm saying that this is weird? Okay, I acted like it was totally cool, but in all honesty, I really don't want him to be fucking a perfect fake vagina whenever he wants to. I'm finding myself getting crazy jealous and angry whenever I think about it. I know. I'm jealous of an inanimate object, which seems insane. Let me finish. I'm really struggling with this because part of me wants to be completely okay with it, since it's sort of hypocritical to get angry when he got me a vibrator. But now I'm starting to think that maybe he only bought me a dildo so I wouldn't be able to complain when he got himself a proxy pussy.
Proxy pussy.
So what do you think? Do I need to suck it up and get over this? Or is my jealousy legitimate? Thanks, and go fuck yourself.
That's hilarious. Let him go fuck his fake pussy. As long as he's not fucking a real pussy, then, it's all good. Plus, it's not just like the pussy that he's missing. He's also missing, your touch and kissing and the whole other part of it too. And that fake pussy can't blow him either.
No, he isn't. He's getting right to the dessert.
Don't be jealous.
Have you tried these Brussels sprouts? Don't need them.
Don't be jealous of it.
Bring over the tres leche.
When he comes back, it'll be even better because you both have been doing it with inanimate objects, and so it's like you'll be rediscovering each other all over again. It'll be even better.
I don't think.
So don't even worry. I
don't think it's a good thing.
Why?
Because once you start down a path sexually, in order to get off that path, you don't just jump over onto another path. You got to walk all the way back up the path you went down, get to the fork where you fucked up, and then head down the other one. What I'm saying is, he might get used to just doing that. And the sensation of that is what gets him off. And then when her pussy doesn't feel like the fleshlight,
It'll feel better.
He'll bang her, and then when he needs to finish, he'll be like, all right, and now for me with that fucking thing.
No, she'll feel even better. If anything, he'll be like, oh my God, I forgot what a real woman feels like, and he'll be done in like 2 minutes.
That's what you hope.
I don't think she should be jealous of it, though. They're both doing the right thing when you're in a relationship and you're that far apart from each other. Because he could be out banging all sorts of hairy European girls. No offense to hairy European girls, but I'm just saying, you know.
Listen, I watched this thing one time, or listened to it on the radio. One of those call-in sex shows, and this guy had the way he jerked off was he dry humped the rug. It was causing like chafing on his dick, but it was the only way he could get off because he wasn't in a relationship for a while, and he kept doing that. And I don't know. So I'm just saying, like, I would go easy on those. It's like anything in moderation.
Yeah, how often is he using this?
And how often is she using that? If you use a vibrator too much, you numb yourself up down there, and then when your guy's down there, you can't feel anything. It's so disgusting. Overrated, underrated for the week. Overrated, the Super Bowl. Underrated, rounds 1 and 2 of the NFL playoffs. Bill, this may be sacrilegious to say in America, but I actually enjoy rounds 1 and 2 of the NFL playoffs more than the Super Bowl. That isn't sacrilegious because at no point does Beyonce or Britney Spears sing before and in the halftime show. There's not a bunch of douchebags who don't like football showing up feeling like they have to be there, you know? All the broads.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you go to Super Bowl parties every year and you hate football.
Yeah, well, they're fun. They're nice gatherings. And
you talk when the game's on.
No, I don't, Bill.
You run,
I
yap
don't.
when the most important game is
I'm not
on.
usually in the
It's
room.
disgusting.
I'm like in the
if you do it
kitchen
again
drinking.
this year, we're breaking up. Each week, you get 2 games, both on Saturday and Sunday. There seems to be that we can win this thing excitement in the air, and I can relax and watch the games in the comfort of my home or at a local bar without dozens of non-fans in the room, as is typically the case at a Super Bowl party. The Super Bowl, on the other hand, has become so pretentious in recent years, I don't even really want to get worked up for it as much as I used to. The game takes forever, 85% of the commercials suck, and we're forced to stare at Madonna's beat-up face for 30 minutes during a halftime show. Plus, the 2-week gap in between the Super Bowl and the conference champion really takes the air out of the sails. What are your thoughts? I think this is what you do. You watch the Super Bowl alone, and you tape it. And you start watching it. You DVR it. And you watch, you give the game a 90-minute head start. And then you just sit down, you watch it by yourself, and you plow through the pregame. And you just watch the fucking game, and when the halftime show comes, you fast forward through that, and now you're into the third quarter. And third quarter and fourth quarter, it's going to be regular time football. That's the way to watch the Super Bowl. And you watch it by yourself, maybe with another buddy of yours who enjoys the game. That's how I would do it. You know? No thoughts on that?
No.
But what about the social aspects?
Shut up.
We were going to have brownies during the opening. We were going to have cheese doodles.
Oh my God, the way the broads talk during that fucking game, and then
shut up.
it's
There's
true.
Plenty of women who like
And
the
then
football
everybody
games
shuts up
too,
to watch
so.
the commercials, and then the game comes back on the.
I thought that one was lame. What did you think?
Well, that's definitely the best one so far. How much did that cost?
Well, why don't you stop going to Super Bowl parties then, Bill?
Why don't you stop if you don't like the game?
I don't do any of that stuff that you're talking about. I don't.
Hey,
talk
I don't like
throughout the
needlepoint.
game.
I don't go to your fucking needlepoint parties, do I?
I don't do needlepoint. I don't do needlepoint.
Well, what do you do? Arts and crafts? I don't crash your Super Bowl or those things and come there and talk when you're trying to glue the popsicle sticks together.
I'm not.
And then shut the fuck up when.
I don't talk throughout the game. I go in the other room. Or I hang out with other people if they're
lies, yeah.
No, that's not true.
Lies. Okay, that's the Monday Morning Podcast. Oh, before I get out of here. Huh? That's it.
That's it. We're
That's
done?
it. We did a nice long one. All right.
There's nothing else?
Huh? No.
Okay.
Amazon.com, everybody. If you want to buy something on Amazon.com and support my podcast, go to BillBurr.com. Click on the podcast page. We got a link. whatever you call it, the little box, the little window thing, the little icon. You click on that thing. I have no idea what they're called. The banner ad. You click on it. You go to Amazon.com. You buy something. They kick me back a little bit of money. I take 10% of that and I throw it to the Wounded Warriors Project. You sponsored this and the Wounded Warriors. See? That's it, everybody. That's the podcast for this week. Go fuck yourselves. And, yeah, if you ever get with a girl and she spreads her leg with the ripcord there, all right, you're the goat and she's the snake. Get the fuck out of the cage. See you.